welcome back. So today is World Mental Health Day, and as seasonal depression slowly makes its way to us, there are so many techniques that can actually help us feel better and improve our well-being.
That's right. And here today with us to share tips on beating the seasonal blues is art therapist, Dr. Leone. This is really nice. I love that we're touching on this.
Thank you so much for having me.
Just looking at this colorful table boosted my mood.
Yes,
The plants,
good,
the colors, all good.
So art therapy, therapeutic arts, why is that so important for our mental health?
Good question, and I'm glad you mentioned both of them because they're a little bit different. Art therapy is a profession, and so it is using art as a tool within the psychotherapy practice. And so art therapists work with people throughout the lifespan, so from young kids to older adults, in a range of settings, from medical settings, educational settings, rehabilitation settings, mental health settings. And we use art as a tool in therapy along with talk, sometimes instead of talk. And we also work with couples, with families, with groups, and with communities. And then therapeutic art is something that people can do on their own or can be facilitated. And that is really focusing on enjoyment, on stress reduction, on self-exploration, but it's not looking at supporting mental health directly. Not working with someone.
So these are just things we can do at home, not guided, just kind of fun little projects.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and you brought some for us today?
I did, yeah. So the first thing I recommend, especially if people have fear of the blank page, they want to do something but they haven't really made art in a while, is collage.
Ooh, I love this.
Collage is nice because you have imagery and you have material already there, and so you can respond to it rather than
I see magazines, I see catalogs, I see scraps of paper. So we have these things.
Stuff you have around, absolutely.
Do you have like a jumping off point, or you just start making something?
Yeah, so I have a couple of prompts I like to give people. One is to make a self-portrait, and that doesn't have to be figurative. It doesn't have to look like you. But look through the material you have and see if you can find things that you feel represent you, that you feel drawn to. You don't have to make sense of them right away. Just pull things that you're drawn to, then start, then just start arranging it.
No wrong answer.
I love that. So glue stick, some great materials, and then a blank paper. Self-portrait.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I love collecting postcards because those can be a great starting point too. You can find a postcard that resonates with you, that you're drawn to. You could even think about like a hope or intention you have and then look through and see something that represents that.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then you can embellish it with drawing and with writing.
And manifest away.
Yes.
Okay, let's get into this.
Yeah, okay, so next up is art journaling. And I love art journaling if you really want to build a creative practice so that you're consistently making art. And the idea is that you're returning to it each day or each week. And you're really focusing more on the process of making rather than what you're making and just what it feels like. And so, any material you want to use. We have some paint sticks, watercolors, colored pencils, markers. You can collage in your journal too. Some people will do like a feelings check-in. So each day they may make an image about how they're feeling.
For our kids too, when we were traveling, instead of saying, today I did X, Y, and Z, it was just to paint.
Because the writing can be daunting.
Take the pressure off. And just have it
do you recommend putting the not so great feelings down? Or do you think that that can be like
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. I think we associate journals with kind of like privacy and where we put our deepest thoughts. That can have a lot of benefit. We're externalizing something rather than suppressing it. We can see it from new perspectives when it's outside of us. Also, if you are struggling, you want to see a therapist, right? So I think it's important to know, I think it can be really cathartic. It can be helpful. It can be helpful to see a timeline of how we've been feeling, to track that. But therapeutic art isn't a substitute for therapy.
All right,
so that's important.
Get out the arts and crafts and get it down on paper. Thank you so much.